This is the story of a serial killer who marries the mother of a different family and lives in her house. And then he runs away after killing all the people of the same family. Why does he do this? Will the police catch him? Let's see what happens. So the story begins. It is morning time and everyone is busy in their own lives. Meanwhile, David is also getting ready in his house. Everyone's family photos are seen in the house, but as soon as he comes out of the house, we see a scary scene inside the house because everyone had become corpses. David is a serial killer. He had married the mother of this family and after killing her, he ran away. The police arrive there. Their investigation reveals that David has committed many such murders many times, but they have no identity of David nor any proof, and he does not even take his photographs with him. He always makes cash payments, so the police have no way of getting his identity. A few days pass like this, and David meets a woman named Susan in a supermarket. Susan's son Sean was adamant about something, but David explains to him that he should listen to his mother. If you listen to girls in life, you will benefit a lot. Susan likes David's words. She looks at his ring and says that your wife is very lucky. Actually, David used this ring to trap people. He lies that my wife met with an accident a year ago. I wear this ring in her memory. Susan feels bad for David. Then at the parking lot, Susan asks David out for pizza. Now 6 months pass like this and both of them come very close. And now both of them have decided to get married. Susan has two younger children and an elder son Michael. Michael used to cause a lot of trouble in his school, due to which he was sent to military school. Now he returns from his vacation. Michael's childhood girlfriend Kelly is thrilled to see him. Michael asks her how David is because he hasn't met him yet. Kelly says he is fine, after which Michael goes into his backyard and sees that his mom has thrown a big surprise party for him. Michael was a little angry with his mom because his mom had moved on early. She develops a relationship with David early on. Michael also meets David, but he doesn't talk to him much. Susan is very happy about her marriage. Susan asks her friend whether I am in a hurry or not. Her friends tell that both of you love each other very much. There is no hurry in this. Susan's friend Jack worked in real estate. David had no job. So Jack gets him a job. At the party, David asks Michael to move into the basement with him. He tells Michael, I want to show you something. David had kept two cupboards closed. He tells Michael that I want to become a carpenter and that is why I am making these things. Then he changes the topic and says that family is very important to him. I don't want us to ever be apart from each other. He wants a good relationship with Michael. That's why David tells Michael that you should also make some efforts for the family and I will not send you to military school again. After this, at night, Susan comes to Michael's room to meet him and tells him that David is very nice. Michael says that I will not do anything wrong. Michael was saying all this out of anger at his mom, whereas David explains to Susan that you should give Michael another chance. The next day, David goes to Michael's school to bring him back from military school and talks to the teacher there. Michael had fought a lot there earlier, due to which he was banned from school. But David tells to the school teacher and gets him admitted to that school again. Michael likes this. Kelly is also happy that now Michael will be able to live with her. One evening before dinner, Sean was playing a video game when Susan asked him to lower the volume, but he did not agree. An angry David walks up to him, strangles him, and snatches the remote from him, and wants to keep the video game voice low. At the same time, Michael and Kelly are kissing each other in the swimming pool, but David sees this, and he tells Susan that this is not right. Susan says that we should become a little modern and get out of these old thoughts of ours. After this, everyone sits at the dining table to eat, and then Michael comes to know that David's family had met with an accident. That is why family is very important to him. Susan says that our family experience was also not good. She was telling about Michael's father, but Michael says that it was only Dad's fault. Just then Michael's dad arrived. He had come to pick up the kids for the weekend. Michael and his dad did not get along well, which is why Michael did not even go out. The next morning, their neighbor comes to meet Sujan. She says that I have seen a photo of a man who looks like David on TV and the police are looking for him. The police sketched David and spread the news across the city, warning everyone to stay away from serial killers. Hearing this, Sujan laughs and does not take her neighbor's words seriously. She also tells David about the neighbor's story. While Michael is listening to all this, then on his way to work, David sees the neighbor After this, David calls Michael for lunch and tells him that I am going to marry your mom. So will you be my best man? Your mom will love this. Michael also agrees with David. Then David says that if my daughter was alive today, she would have been 11 years old. He calls his daughter Lisa, but previously he called Michael Mitchell. Michael finds this strange, but David says that her name is Lisa Mitchell. After a few days, one day a call comes at the neighbor's door. She opened the door and looked, but there was no one there. As soon as she came inside, her cat started screaming. When she went, Michael was behind her. He killed her by throwing her down from the basement. After this, one day Michael and Kelly are in the room and both of them getting intimate. While David sees all this from outside, Kelly finds this very strange and due to this, she leaves from there. Then Michael asks David, what were you doing here? David avoids the conversation and says that I have just come home and was going to my room. During dinner, David and Susan explained to Michael that he should stay away from Kelly. People will misunderstood him, which Michael also tells David that you also should not live with my mom. That's when, in the middle of their conversation, Michael's dad comes home angry, threatens David, and tells him to never touch his son. Michael's dad is very angry and he's about to kill David, but Michael stops him. After coming out, Michael's dad asks him, why are you not talking to me? I want to spend time with you too. Michael also says yes to his dad. While Susan does not know that David has touched Sean, they both go to Sean and David apologizes to her. He says that I am new in this family and I may make mistakes, but you will have to forgive me. After which Susan wants David to never touch anyone. This day David works in a real estate office with Jackie, a friend of Susan's. Jackie tells him that we need your identification to give your salary. You submit all this, but David could never do this work because the police would come to know about him. Then that same night at dinner, David tells Susan that he does not want to do the job. He did not give any reason for this. Susan was repeatedly asking him, but David then gets angry and leaves. The next day, Susan goes out for a short time. Then Michael's dad comes to the house to meet him and explains everything that happened at that night. He tells David that I have found out information about you. There was no one with your name in the school you went to. After hearing all this, David directly attacks Michael's dad, and after killing him, David hides him in the basement. Then Susan calls David and tells him that Michael's dad is coming to meet him. David tells him not to come. Michael calls his dad, but David quickly snatches the mobile from his dad and switches it off. That's where Susan was with her friends tonight. There Jackie tells her dad, I have asked David for his identification. After that he disappeared. She found this very strange. She asks Susan says, I am very happy these days. I don't want to lose all this by doubting David. She tells her friend that you all should be happy only because of my happiness. But Jackie is not ready to let it go yet. He decides to investigate further. At the same time, Michael and Susan feels that Michael's dad did not come today. Susan comes and talks to Michael and says that your dad always does it like this. But David is not like that. He wants to see this family together again. You should also make efforts for this. Michael said that I could understand. Whereas David had messaged him from Michael's dad's phone that he was busy and could not come today. Within a few days, the police come to know that Susan's neighbor has died. They think she has died after falling off the stage. When David was talking to someone about this, Michael overhears him. Michael learns that David just found out that his neighbor has died, but it was not known that the neighbor had died after falling from the stage. How did he know this? Michael now becomes suspicious of David and tells everyone to Kelly, to which Kelly says that you are thinking too much. Michael says that his daughter, the name also has been changed. You know, first he told me something else, then he told me something else again. Kelly says, Michael, you are thinking too much. She wanted Michael not to create any trouble so that she could stay with him. Then David comes and says that I am going out for a while. After David leaves, Michael comes straight to his room, but Kelly tells him off. But Michael wanted more information about David. After some time, suddenly David comes back again. Kelly and Michael hide in the house. David starts looking around for both of them, but very cleverly they go back to the swimming pool. But David understood that earlier both of them were in the house. Then Michael also feels that he is doubting David like this. After dinner, David comes to Michael in his room and tells him, maybe there is a distance between us. If this continues, then I will send you to military school again. Michael becomes suspicious of David again. He checks the police website on his laptop at night. Michael sees David sketching it, whereas David already keeps the site checked in the search history. So this thing was also very suspicious. The next day, Michael shows the sketch to Kelly. So Kelly tells him that this sketch can be got from anyone. You should not think so much about it. Nowadays, Michael is not paying much attention to Kelly. Kelly does not like this and starts leaving from there in anger. Then David sees this and says to Kelly, "Perhaps you both had a fight. You are also a part of this family now. You should also take care of us all." David was looking at Kelly the wrong way. She felt uncomfortable, so she leaves there. Michael has not talked to his dad for a long time, so he calls his dad. While in the basement, his dad's mobile starts ringing, which scares David and he is unable to disconnect it quickly. Just then, Michael also hears a voice from the basement. He reaches down and finds David in the hall. He thought that perhaps David's mobile might be ringing, but still he wanted to go to the basement and see. He tries to open the basement door, but it is locked. David says he has lost the key. This makes Michael even more suspicious of David when Susan and David are together. So Michael takes out David's photo. Susan goes out for a new hours at night. Then when Michael takes a shower, David deletes the images of his from his mobile. But Michael sees David coming out of his room. After all this, Michael comes and tells Kelly he wants to go secretly and see the basement. At night, David checks Susan's email. Page Jackie has written, "I find David a bit strange. I have hired a private investigator. He will give us more information about David." But David deletes this email. While Jackie hears some noise outside her house. Coming out, she sees an umbrella lying in the swimming pool. She tries to take it out. Then David comes from behind and kills her by drowning her in water. Now Susan came back home after a while. She was feeling a little headache. So David tells her to take this pill, but this pill is for sleeping. So Susan sleeps peacefully. After some time, Michael and Kelly come home. Michael says, "You keep an eye. If any light starts above, please let me know. Then I will come out." Michael goes down to the basement and checks David's locked cabinet. In it, he finds a bag belonging to his dad and also his dad's phone. Then David suddenly wakes up. He goes down to check. Kelly was about to call Michael when she saw the light, but his phone battery ran out. Michael notices the freezer in the basement. He opens it and finds his dad's body, which horrifies him until Kelly calls out to him from above the basement. David notices this and knocks Kelly unconscious. Michael also tries to get out, but David seals all the doors. Then David drags Kelly into the house. Hearing all these sounds, Susan's eyes open and she comes out of the room and asks David, "What's going on?" David says, "I thought that this family was perfect for me, but everything went wrong and your son became suspicious of me, and now I have to kill you all." He runs after Susan to kill her. Michael tries hard and finally comes out of the basement. Susan runs and hides in the bathroom, but David breaks down her door. Breaking the door, its glass falls. Then Susan, to save herself, picks up a piece of glass and throws it directly into David's neck. And right there, he falls into the bathtub. Susan comes down and everyone hugs each other. Then David comes to them again. He is about to kill them, but Michael quickly takes the stage and comes into the attic. Michael is closing this stage, but David stops him and then he also follows them. Comes up behind. David and Michael fight a lot there. The roof of the attic is very old and has become big. Susan and Kelly fall off that room. David goes down and kills them. Then Michael gets up again and pushes David down hard. Michael looks down to see if David has fallen, but he has not. He catches hold of Michael and takes him down with him. Both of them get badly injured. Meanwhile, the police arrive there and Michael is admitted to the hospital. Michael regains consciousness and asks, "Where am I?" Susan tells that you were in a coma for a month. He then asks what happened to David. Susan says that he ran away before the police arrived. After some time, David is seen again in a new form in a supermarket, just like he met Susan. He is meeting another girl. Even after doing all this, he runs away from there. And this is where this movie ends. So friends, how did you like this story? Do tell us in the comment. And for such movie explanation, please subscribe to our channel. Okay, see you in the next movie. Till then, bye bye. Take care.